Why is this such a personal thing for you?
It was just about a stage that I was going through. I wasn't eating. As a result, got very sick.
Yeah. Are you better now?
Yeah, I'm getting better.
Written by Daniel Johns, Anna's song was released on Silverchair's 1999 album, Neon Ballroom. The 3-minute, 42-second song, also known as Open Fire, was track number 3 on the album. Anna's song is written about Daniel Johns' battle with the eating disorder anorexia nervosa. He would state that it started during the making of Silverchair's second studio album, Freak Show, and how he found being a young celebrity put a lot of pressure on him, so having his eating disorder would be a way of him to gain control back of something in his life that he could have control over.
When I stopped eating was on our second album. Just as it felt like everything was so out of control around me, and it's kind of weird, because I'd never have guessed that I would be someone that would have that as be part of my life, you know what I mean? I found it quite confusing, but I noticed myself starting to play games with myself and see how little I could get by on, and the reason I think was just to gain control, and also because I had a theory, because I was being beaten up a lot by people outside of school. It was almost like if I could make myself look sick enough, so I'd take the sympathy on me, and unfortunately it worked, because then I was addicted to it and couldn't start eating again, but I stopped getting beaten up, so whatever.
When Johns wrote the song, which actually started off as a poem, he stated that he was eating very little. Johns said that all he would have to eat would be 2 to 3 pieces of fruit per day. When asked how much he weighed when things were at their worst, Johns stated only 50 kilograms. It was at this point that he went to see a doctor, and he was told to either change or things are going to get dramatically worse.
What did food in this time, what did food look like to you?
It was just the enemy. I just hated the look of it, the smell of it. I couldn't, if anyone talked about it, I'd leave the room. It was in the same genre as telephones. I just, during that period, didn't have a telephone. If a telephone rang, if I was in a building and a telephone rang, I'd literally get up and quickly and gently move away from the building, because I didn't want to hear the telephone ring, because it scared me. Maybe someone was going to ask me to go on tour.
In 1999, with the release of Neon Ballroom, Johns would announce that he had anorexia. He felt that writing and releasing the song and letting people know what it was about and the struggles that he had had with the eating disorder, that it might help other people.
What made you decide to speak out about such a personal thing?
I don't think there was any really key moment that made me want to speak out about it. I think it just became apparent to most people when they read the lyrics to Anna's song. Mm-hmm. So I felt it wouldn't be right to, make an album full of personal expression and integrity and then try and hide what the song was about. So I just felt it might help people, and if there's any way that you can contribute to helping people when you're in a relatively high profile position, I think it's a good thing to take advantage of it in that way.
Anna's song was recorded in 1998 and was released as the second single from Neon Ballroom in May of '99. The song was recorded at Festival Studios in New South Wales, Australia, and was produced by Nick Launay, who had worked with the band on their previous album, Freak Show. For Neon Ballroom, Silverchair's third album, a different approach was taken to songwriting. So Anna's song was based first and foremost around the lyrics, and then Johns would build the music around those lyrics. The song is structured verse-chorus, then you have a bridge and a final chorus. With the subject matter of the song, the lyrics are clearly very personal to Johns and contain a lot of deep meaning for him. The song begins, "Please Diana, for as long as you're here, we're not. You make the sound of laughter, and sharpened nails seem softer." Talking there about the eating disorder and how it has totally taken control of him, and how deep it has got into his mind and his thoughts with the line, "You make the sound of laughter." And also stating there just how hard it is for Johns to get away from the disorder with the line, "And I need you now somehow." And then we come to the chorus where John states quite openly and blatantly about the act of what he is doing, stating, "Open fire on the needs designed, on my knees for you." So stating there how he would literally be on his knees. So the lyrics are very open and raw. Everything is out there. And with the bridge of the song, Johns talks about it being his obsession and stating, "I love you to the bones." Very raw again. And remembering that this song started off as a poem, this next part is quite cleverly written, you would have to say, a play on words. Anna wrecks your life like an anorexia life. Both sentences sounding pretty much exactly the same but containing different words. So very cleverly written there, from a lyric standpoint anyway. Johns showing his talent as a lyricist. So Anna's song, it was a big hit from Neon Ballroom, did very well for the band. It's raw, it's emotional, it's gripping in its lyrics, and the delivery of the song, the way Daniel sings it, totally brings you into what he was going through and feeling at that time. The music video also is very gripping and powerful, showing Daniel Johns in the first part of the video sick and on a wheelchair, and then he eventually breaks out of that and gets up with his band and starts playing the song as he starts to feel better. So a very powerful music video there. It's Daniel Johns and Silverchair at their very best. It's Anna's song, "Open Fire" from Neon Ballroom.
I've always just written songs according to how I felt. Just wrote exactly what I felt. I've never really compromised any of my integrity for the sake of not being so targeted by a certain group of people. So that song, I was kind of warned by people that, this could be a mistake lyrically, but I've never really compromised, and I'm not prepared to do it on this song either. And I think it'll help people more than people realise.